Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today doing a little bit of shooting, a little bit of plinking. And I wanted to get out and do a little bit of pellet testing with this new Umarex Notos that I just recently picked up. And I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the way it's shooting. Been doing a little bit of shooting here already, just checking my zero at 25 yards. And it's doing pretty darn good. I have it topped off again, if you saw my video from before, with this Pinty 3-9 by 32 scope, and I still just have it on the 32 power, and it is very clear, and that's what we're gonna, at least for 25 yards, I think that's more than enough, and it'll go clearer. I mean, it'll go a lot higher and still be clear, but that's really all I need is a little nudge for my eyes at 25 yards. But we're going to try a couple different pellets here. I've been zeroing it with the Crosman Premier Hollow Points, doing very good with those. I haven't tried it with these yet, but I got some Barracuda. These are the standard Barracuda 21.14 grain. And then we'll try it out with some Barracuda 18's. So we'll have a good mix of weights to try it out with. 14's, 18's, and 21's. So this is shooting pretty good. Like I said, I did a little review on it. Running, I think it was running right around 750 for speed. And it was very consistent, like a 9 foot per second spread over a 7-round magazine, and that's pretty good. I really haven't paid attention to what the shot count is. I had it filled up at 3650 and around 3600, and I've shot one magazine out of it so far, so we should have plenty of air in it to do these groups that we're going to do on camera here today. But a couple other things. So I did play around with the muzzle device a little bit. There's a couple of pins up here in the front. If you ever did want to take it apart and clean the baffles out, I'll probably do a little bit of a review on that back in the garage. But you just push those pins out, and then there's a black plug in the end, and then there's red. The baffles are actually red. You can pull those out and clean them if you ever felt like you needed to. I still haven't figured out how to get that muzzle device off if I ever wanted to change it out for something else. I don't know if I'll mess with that any much more, but oh, and I did do some work on the trigger. In my initial review, I was running just under 4 pounds. It wasn't too bad, but I did do some work on it, and I found a couple of things. I put a lighter spring in there, and I also found there's an over travel screw, and there's a threaded hole, had a grub screw in it that was real short for an actual like second stage adjustment, but I put a longer grub screw in there, so we actually had some second stage adjustment, and now it's running right around a 2-pound trigger. I don't think I can get it any better. It's a very similar arrangement to the trigger and fulcrum that you would find in Crosman 2240 or 1322 or something like that. So I'm not sure much more can be done with it, but it's a pretty nice trigger anyway. 2 pounds is not bad, and it's very light and crisp now. So it feels lighter than 2 pounds, even though it is still right around 2 pounds. But let's go ahead and shoot. I've got the splatter burst with a camera on it out at oh, you know what? It looks like I did not start my downrange camera. Stand by. Let me go click that on, and we'll get started. Alrighty, I had not started that up. That would have been a bummer if I had ran through all of these pellets and didn't have any downrange footage, but All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do. Really, really loving this rest here. So let's see, I'm gonna go to 9 o'clock to start off with. The suppressor does a really good job on this guy. Just kind of disappointing that they wouldn't give us the option of being able to remove it and put something else on that we would, you know, if we wanted to upgrade or whatever. Maybe down the road, future revisions, they could take heed to that. I know I've heard that from a lot of other people too. Trigger feels really nice on this now. It does not feel like 2 pounds, I'll tell you that. It's a pretty good looking group. Alright, so that's the end of that magazine. Let's go ahead and I've got a magazine already loaded up with the 21 grain baracudas. I'm going to take this up to 12 o'clock just in case there is some drop there. Yeah. Tiny bit of shift and impact, but not too bad. I can see where this thing would be a squirrel hunting machine here. Nice power, very accurate. So this is actually one of the mags from my Diana chaser, and I had already talked about it in my other video about a slight modification you can do to the chaser magazines that will make them fit into this Umarex gun. That's a good looking group, but very easy to do, and it gives you some extra magazines without having to spend some money. If you've already got a chaser, the chaser I have came with 3 magazines. I don't know if it comes like that from the factory. It was actually sent to me by Terry from Buckrail, so I don't know if he had it set up that way or if it comes that way. I haven't really researched that, so. But the Notos only comes with 1 magazine, which is kind of disappointing. Just about every gun that I've purchased actually comes with at least 2 magazines. I can't remember another one that only came with 1. Not trying to sound like a negative Nancy or anything, but it's just those little things you notice when you have a collection of air guns. All right, so these are the Barracuda 18's. I'm gonna go right for the middle. Still shooting a little to the right. I'm going to give some of my traditional PCP rifles and other air rifles a run for their money. All right, so that would be, so I shot, like I said, I shot one magazine before I started the video up. And, oh, yep. So that was 4 magazines, so that would be 28 shots. That last magazine just started to come off the regulator just a little bit. So, and I could kind of notice it was starting to wander around there just a little bit, but those are some good looking groups. So anyway, there you go. That is the Umarex Notos. My first range trip with it. Really having a lot of fun with this thing. I did have to adjust the scope, so I didn't bring any of the tools out with me to adjust the red dot or the laser, so I'll have to do that another day. But really good groups at 25 yards for a pistol-based carbine, or even any air rifle for that matter. I'd be happy with that out of half my air guns that are in the garage. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Go ahead and check this out, the Umarex Notos. You can get that on Amazon. I just picked it up from Amazon for about $2.80, I think it was, in that neighborhood. So pretty inexpensive. This whole Pinty arrangement up here is less than $100. It was actually sent to me as a review item, and but if you add everything up, you've got a 3-9 by 32 scope. You've got a nice red dot, a really nice red dot, and also a laser sight. So if you broke them all up and added them all up, I think it was like $90 for the whole package. That's a pretty good bargain. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.